We're going to start this demo by shopping in the internal catalog. This looks very much like what you can find on consumer websites. You search for an article, you review what you want, and when you're ready, you add it to a shopping basket. At this point, this purchase requisition is ready to be approved. Let me come back here for a sec. Oh, sorry, my watch is sending me a notification. I've got something on my mobile. So let's look at this. Ariba Mobile. I have the app here. I need to log in. Yeah. And then what do I see? Oh yeah, I see I've got work to do. 17 things to approve. So let's look at this. I see here the list of requisition. First aid kit, $5K US. Let's look at the details. Note that the original requisition was made in euros, so we support currencies. So this is all fine, so I'm going to go back here and approve and give a little, thanks here. And there we are, I've done my approval. So for casual users, a lot of things can be done straight out of the mobile. It even includes the requisition and the shopping in the catalog that you saw earlier on. So this has now become a purchase order. So let's continue the demo with the supplier side. We now see the supplier screen. And the supplier sees that he has 9 purchase orders that were sent by his client. He looks at the list, and this first one here is that first aid kit that was sent. The purchase order contains all the information he needs to be able to respond and send the request. Now he's going to confirm this entire order. The confirmation means that he will state that he can deliver, and he can even provide estimated shipping dates. Later, he could even send a tracking information about the delivery, such as the courier tracking number, for example. So we're back into procurement, and there the user needs to receive. He needs to state that he has received the entire quantity and it has been delivered in good form. He can accept just a partial amount of the quantity, but here he's going to accept it all and submit. Now, the next step is the supplier sending an invoice. And you're going to see that this invoice is not going to be as easy as he wants. We're going to put a little policeman in there. So you see here all the fields have been pre-populated from the purchase order. But this is a bit of a sneaky supplier. He's trying to augment the quantity. And the system says you are not allowed to augment the quantity from the purchase order. You need to respect the purchase order. And several rules will apply here to make sure that the invoice is compliant before it is sent. So the supplier fills all the necessary fields into the screen and updates his invoice. Now the invoice has been transmitted back to the buyer side. This invoice now appears in Ariba Procure-to-pay. We can see here the summary of the purchase requisition, an amount of 100 that has been acknowledged, an amount at 100 that has been received. And we can also see the invoice that has been reconciled with this purchase order. This invoice had an exception because the reception was done after, so it was cleared automatically when the receipt was done by the employee. And this invoice triggered a payment, and in some regions of the world, you can have discounting on the payments. If you want to be paid faster, the supplier can offer a discount, for example. Let's just finish by going back to the supplier who also sees that payment, and this avoids phone calls.